and welcome back to Advertising Week. I'm Gail Myers with Industry Index, and I have Justin here from Pub Native.
Hi.
Hi. Good. How are you?
Doing very well. It's great to be here.
Well, welcome. Is this your first Advertising Week?
It sure is. Yeah, I came from San Francisco, but I grew up in Connecticut, so I got to go home for the weekend, which was nice.
So you're back in the hood.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So talk to us a little bit about what you guys are up to.
Yeah, so Pub Native is the first mobile-only native ad platform that we access native inventory via API, which is quite a differentiator from everybody else out there that's using an SDK and very limited formats. So for a publisher, we can provide a really flexible way to create brand new, unique ad units that fit directly into your context.
Gotcha. So I'm a marketer. I'm in consideration for working with a publisher.
Yep.
So do you work with marketers directly, or do you work through those publishers?
Yeah, so we plug directly into the publishers, and then we connect to advertisers through demand sources such as other networks, agencies, and other just demand aggregators. So we very rarely are going to work directly with the advertisers. We plug in with their agencies and can create custom deals for them.
So give me an example of how you're working with a partner.
Yeah, so on the publishing side, we work with games, messaging, utilities, and the really interesting thing is they're totally unique, one to the next. So we're kind of breaking away from the standardization of banners and interstitials. So we're going to create a custom ad unit that fits maybe the game flow, or maybe if it's a messaging app, it'll be in the inbox. We work with Pinger is our top example really of a great messaging flow. And then the advertiser can then provide a customized experience based on the units that we're plugging in. So I said it's not standardized, but we standardize different elements.
Okay.
We plug in over 25 different elements in combinations that create these units. So we standardize the smaller elements that make it easy for the advertiser to work with us, and then we combine the elements in different ways, kind of like building blocks, to create an ad unit that's never been made before.
So I know that creating creative for the native space is a big challenge for marketers. Are the publishers taking that on from a creative perspective, do you find, or is that you and your team?
Yeah, we definitely thought about that, and that was one of the biggest struggles with trying to break away from standardization. So that's why we came up with this building blocks approach, which is we break down these units into more or less standard units. So image sizes that are IAB approved, text that everybody can have, targeting based on gender, location, etc. These can all be plugged into our API and then rearranged and regrouped to just really reshape into a unit that fits every publisher differently. So, one thing we explain is when you're benchmarking it against banners or interstitials, it doesn't really make sense because we're creating brand new impressions that have never been there before.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's really
not
really
an
cool.
easy thing to do, create a new pathway, correct?
Yeah, and the best part for us is that we're not locking in mobile publishers or websites with an SDK that can really slow down the app. It can cause a lot of problems. We're fully flexible on the server side via API, and it's really exciting.
And how are you measuring success, or how are your publishers?
Yeah, it depends. A lot of them are doing it by fill rate. Can you keep 100% of the ads in there all the time? A lot of them are measuring just pure CPM. They want a dollar value, or even just pure revenue. So for us, it depends on we don't want to detract from the user experience. That's number one. When we created a publisher first platform, that was what we were thinking about. So it's going to vary from case to case. Most publishers are mainly looking for good eCPMs, high fill rates, but more than anything, they don't want to interrupt their user experience. They want something that's not going to piss off their users. They want something that's going to complement their experience, and that's what we try to provide.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Yes,
There's a big growth, obviously, in native.
Definitely.
We've done a lot of research around it and understanding marketers' perceptions. And if you want to get more information about Pub Native, please visit industryindex.com. Thanks so much.
Thank you.